Hey there, this is Seth Utsman with REMAX Results, and today I was just wanting to talk a little bit about what the first steps to buying a home is. That's a question that I get, all the time, and it's something that I wanted to make a video to answer and help help with any questions that you've got about the process. So, if you're planning to purchase a new home and you're wondering how to get started, this video is for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So step one is to go ahead and get your finances in order. And what that can mean, it can be anything from getting a pre-approval letter from a lender to just getting proof of funds if you're planning on paying cash. So, if you don't go ahead and get that done, you could miss out on the perfect home, and that would just be a bad situation. We don't want that. You don't want that. No one wants that. So just a little bit more information about pre-approvals and that sort of thing. Most lenders recommend not buying a home that is over 3 to 5 times your household income annually. So if you put down a 20% down payment on a home, you're going to have just a moderate amount of debt at hand to manage. And the mortgage lender, it's their job, and they are very good at it, being able to tell you how much home you can afford and what's going to be comfortable for you. They can really help you out a lot with that, and I can put you in touch with some great ones. So the next step is you want to go ahead and get the search started. You want to take a look and see what's out there. You want to get your feelers out. So once you got your finances in order, the fun of looking for your next home begins. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do once we get through this is I'm going to set you up on an automatic search through our multiple listing service, which is phenomenal. It'll go in and it will hyper target the exact sort of homes that you're looking for, and I can send that over to you, and I'll get you set up on a daily search. And so that's going to be what I'm going to do first off. And the moment that a home fits your search criteria and it's listed for sale, it is sent to your email inbox just like that. So that's much faster than you having to look on Zillow or Realtor.com or anything like that. They don't send it out nearly as often, and they can't get it to you as quickly as I can, because the first place it's going to show up is on the MLS, the multiple listing service, and then it's going to be sent out to these other websites like Realtor.com and Zillow. So before anybody else sees it from Zillow or Realtor.com, I'm getting it in your inbox. So that's a big thing. And one of the first questions that I like to ask my buyers when we begin a search is, what are your must-haves and what is negotiable? And another way to phrase that are, what are your wants and your needs? And that's something to discuss if you're buying a home with your spouse or someone else like that. That's something that you need to have that discussion with. That's someone you need to have that discussion with, because you need to make sure you're on the same page. And I'd literally recommend being on the same page. I'd take out a sheet of paper and I'd make a wants and needs list for both of you, and then I'd compare them. And the best way to do that is to do that without showing each other in the meantime. Just go ahead and make your wants and your needs, and then present that to each other and take a look at it and see what's matching up, what's not, and reconcile from there. And that'll save you a lot of trouble down the road. I've seen two people buying a home and their wants and needs don't exactly match up, and they don't realize that till down the road, and they're trying to make all these decisions later on that you could have saved yourself some trouble with just a little bit of work up front. For instance, if white kitchens, marble countertops, and spa bathrooms are the first words tumbling out of your mouth, it's time to take a step back. They're the must-haves and the like-to-haves. The must-haves are the features of your new home that no decorator or designer in the world could change, given all the money in the world. So here are some must-haves to keep in mind that you'll not be able to change. That the location, the zip code is not going to budge. You are where you buy your home. The lot, you're going to have a really hard time excavating and doing work on a lot, if it's serious work, like if you want to be at the top of the hill and you're not at the top of the hill, it's going to be really hard to put a hill underneath your house. You know what I'm saying? So, and the price, the mortgage payment is your new bestie. That's what you're going to be looking at down the road. So while the like to haves shine and they sparkle, it's the must-haves that help me find you the home of your dreams. So once you receive the emails through the MLS, you're going to have access to a portal where you can mark homes as a favorite, possibility, or trash. And that'll help you just stay organized online, and it'll notify me of which listings you like, which ones you don't, and what I can do better. So that's what I like to see. And once we find a home that you're interested in, we can go ahead and set up a showing on that. We'll have your pre-approval or your proof of funds in place, and so we'll be able to go ahead and get in there. And if we find a home that is just spot on what you're looking for, we can go ahead and put an offer in and send over the financing details, like the pre-approval letter or the proof of funds, and we'll send that on over so it'll make our offer as strong as possible. So we can go ahead, and if you see a few homes that you're liking and you want to go ahead and just set up a few at a time, we can set them up back to back to back, so we can just go ahead and knock it out. That's the best way to do it if you're finding multiple homes that you're interested in and you're not sure until you go out there and take a look. So that's what I would recommend. And during these showings, we should both be taking notes, just your pros and cons, and then I'm going to be taking notes on what I'm getting, the feedback I'm getting from you, and what I'm thinking. And at the end of the day, we can compare notes and figure out what the move is. So the last, but the not least, and I've already covered this a little bit, is to go ahead and make that offer. So you found the one. It's time to call up the sellers, tell them we want it. So here's the information I'm going to need to write up the offer. I'm going to need your pre-qualification or proof of funds. You already got this ready to go, of course. We just talked about that. I'm going to need the offer price, how much you want to go in at, to let you. I'll help you determine the market's the home's fair market value. Sorry. And then I'm going to need to know, what you're wanting to put down as a escrow deposit. And usually in this market, I recommend $500 to $1,000 on most homes, but we can talk about that when the time comes. I'm going to need to know how much you're financing. So, if you're getting an 80% loan, and that means you're putting 20% down and the other 80% is being financed. So I just need to know that sort of thing. Or if you're getting like a FHA loan and it's, 97.5% loan, and you're paying 2.5% down, or whatever the case may be. I just need to know that so I can put it in the contract. And then I'm going to need to know when you're wanting to close. So depending on the loan type, we may have to move this around a little bit, because some loan types take a little bit longer than others. But the first thing that I'm going to need to know here is just when you're going to want to close. 30, 45 days from acceptance of the offer, 60 days, whatever the case may be. And that's going to be the days that the seller is going to hand the keys over to you. And that's going to be a good day on closing day, and we're going to all celebrate and have a great time. So the last thing I need to know is the inspection period. I'm going to need to know about how long you want to have to get the home inspected and come back with our decision as to whether we want to accept the home as is, we want to ask for some repairs, or just back out of the deal altogether. And those are our three options. So we can talk about that more in depth when the time comes, but usually we're going to either want to ask for some repairs if the home inspection comes back and there's some things that we're concerned about, or just accept it as is if it looks good. Yeah, just let me know when you're ready to take the next steps toward finding your home. If you've got any questions from this video or just otherwise, you can always reach out to me. Phone number is 423-797-0672. Once again, 423-797-0672. And my email is sethutsman@gmail.com. Pretty simple. If you want to visit my website, it's sethutsman.com. Try to keep it simple here. So, yeah, hope that was helpful, and let me know if you got any questions. Thanks, guys.